Ugh.
What?
Are your hands just as gross as mine are?
I don't think so.
Look at them. Look at. I have. For holding that stuff?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know. No? No, I'm fine. I don't know. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Thursday. Thursday, that's the day. Feeling, I don't know, about the same as yesterday. When I first woke up, I was like, ooh, I feel worse. But now I'm like, I'm leveling out. Nothing really to report much there. Coughing a little bit more, maybe. I coughed a lot last night.
I know.
Yeah, you know. Right before, I had done pretty good about coughing yesterday. I didn't cough like too terribly much. And then like right before bed, I was just laying down trying to go to sleep, and all of a sudden my body was like, cough a lot now. And I was like, but please don't, body. And then I had to lay there with a cough drop and try not to choke. So this morning, Mal had a doctor's appointment that we just finished up. Then I've been talking about for a while the idea of raising up the TV in the upstairs office, because the camera for breakfast stream and for gaming streams is in front of the bottom of the television, and it makes it impossible to see things that are in the middle bottom of the screen. So it needs to be raised higher, and it's a part of a, what do you call that? It's a TV stand, right?
Yeah.
It's a TV stand that is set up kind of like a wall mount, sort of.
But it's on the TV stand.
But it's on the TV stand, and, you know, it's mounted, but it can only go so high, and it really needs to be a little bit higher. So Mal and I have kind of put our heads together to try and figure out what the best way of doing this would be. And we came up with the solution of that thing.
Metal flats.
What Mal said. Mal, like, knows things. I don't know any of this
I knew
stuff.
they existed. I just didn't know what they were called. I had
But
to
just
look it
in
up.
general, though, all of this sort of thing, you know way more about this than me. So we're going to try and mount that to the pre-existing thing, and then use bolts to hold it higher in the air. And it'd be easier to show you, but we're also not sure it's going to work. We're also missing a part because we should have brought the safety screws here, and I forgot. And we really need washers to make sure that the screws don't go through those holes, because those holes are bigger than the screws.
Yeah.
So, like,
Next time we come out.
well, like, the stream's tomorrow.
Okay, well then we'll go out tomorrow morning.
Okay, we'll figure it out. I'll see how far we can get on it tonight, but I gotta get that TV raised up. Like, it's hard enough with the TV's stupid 5% bezel, because the TV doesn't have an overscan, so you just have to deal with a 5% bezel, which is already crazy. But then on top of that, not being able to see the bottom of the screen because of the camera being there, that's dumb. We gotta fix that. This isn't gonna work. It's not gonna work. The reason it's not gonna work is that this plan revolved around the idea that the pre-existing mounting bracket that has holes here for the screws would line up with these screws. And we didn't have this with us, and we didn't have the dimensions of this. But there was some level of reasonable certainty that it would probably line up. But it doesn't. So if I line up this hole, this one doesn't line up. So if I line up this hole, this one doesn't line up. Because that's how holes work. So that's exciting. It may not have worked anyway. We don't know. The idea is basically this. The way that the TV stand works is it's got that frame, those bars, and then the brackets that's on the back of the TV have these hooks, and it sits there. And it's not tall enough. It needs to be taller. It's already as tall as it'll go. So we figured if we could mount this on here, then what we could do is we could put, you know, if the hooks are here, but we need it higher, so the hooks need to be like down here, we could put bolts through with nuts where they would hold the thing and it wouldn't go, and it would go higher. That's what the hope was. But this may be too flimsy. I don't know. I don't know where the weight is being distributed exactly, but this might be too flimsy compared to this thing. And then, of course, it doesn't matter at all because the holes don't match. So that's cool. That's real neat. It's aggravating because, like, this TV ain't great. I mean, I've talked a bit before about that and earlier today about how it has, like, the 5% bezel, which is insane. So it's already, like, I'm not a super huge fan of it, but we have it, and the TV functions. It's just we need to make the stupid TV higher. And I don't know what the best way of doing that. Like, you could physically make the TV stand taller, but I don't know the best way of doing that. And then also you run the risk of making the thing more top heavy as you do that. I guess you don't make it top heavy if you do that. I mean, it's still the dumbest of all of the ways to actually do this, but you don't actually make it top heavy. It's just lifting it up off the ground. The actual weight it's not making it any more top heavy than it was before. It's just frustrating. Maybe we should look and see if there's different ones of these. These are going to have to go back. I don't know if we'll need the bolts were 20 cents, so it doesn't really matter, but like these, maybe there's a different.
Those came with a TV stand.
I'm aware of that, but like if there's other TV stands that are set up this way with these hooks, maybe they're not. I don't know. I don't know nothing about no TV stands. It's just it feels so stupid that literally the only thing I need to do is lift this in the air by like 3 or 4 inches and everything is solved, and I can't do that. Why is this so hard? Well, sometime later, and we couldn't really come up with any sort of solution for this, at least not one that we felt was truly safe. We did consider briefly putting the metal poles under the current brackets, because if we put it under the current brackets, we could slide the brackets in a different direction. It would only be connected to the TV on the bracket with 1 screw on each side instead of 2, though. And we were worried about stability, so we were just like, you know what? It's fine. There's so many times in life where it all comes down to me just saying, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. It's not fine, and I want to change it, but like, you know what? It's fine. It's just fine. At some point I'll deal with it, but like, there's so many other things that could change because I've expressed frustration with that television before. So there's a part of me that's like, you could swap it with a different TV. You could swap it with a different TV stand, because that one's actually pretty flimsy. We got that one from Big Lots a long, long time ago. But at the same time, nothing's broken. And that's, for me personally, it's probably just a product of how my parents were and my upbringing. But like, I can't get rid of anything if there's nothing wrong with it. Like, replacing something if nothing's wrong with it, I can't do it. Which is also the same reason why we still have the 2004 Ford Escape. It's like, it's working. It's fine. So, the TV, even though it's lacking a lot of features and has some issues, and all these other things, like, it's still functional. So it's like, it's hard to replace it. But whatever. I'll think about it, and maybe I'll figure something out. And if not, maybe you guys have an idea that you can post in the comments. And if I still don't have something figured out by the time I'm editing this vlog, or posting this vlog rather, maybe you guys actually have some ideas that could work. Because yeah, I could just buy a wall mount. I could buy a wall mount and mount it on the wall. I could get a new TV stand or whatever. I'm just trying to do something as cheaply as possible without adding a whole lot of new stuff into the mix. And that's what makes it so difficult. But maybe there's a solution out there that I haven't thought of. This would have worked. Those need to be more, like, heavy duty. We bought stuff that was too flimsy. But if we got stuff... Sorry, I'm just, like, having, like, more thoughts about that. If we bought stuff that was a little more heavy duty, and we could make sure we got the holes to align, it would work. We'll be back at the hardware store before I know it. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. We got a gaming stream tomorrow. I'm pretty excited about it. We won't be able to see the bottom middle of the screen, but that's just how it goes now. Let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?